Howdy folks, we are here with another Age of the Ring Season 1 cast with Felagund as Woodland Realm. Congrats Felagund on placing in the Season 1 of the tournament. And we have a Rivendell, played by Zeus, continuing my series where I try to highlight the winners of each bracket, the people that placed, by casting whatever they send me as their favorite game or match that they played in the league. Let's see, Silvan scouts for Woodland Realm. Probably don't need to scout, really, against Rivendell, since you know they're going to go either Dunedain start or Bounder start. And in either case, you're going to want, even if they go a little bit later into Dunedain cavalry, you will still want pikes. So, it can, however, help you with vision, revealing the shroud, but it will not help you detect stealth, as far as I can tell. So it won't really help you beyond the normal vision range of these Silvan units, where those sneaky, stealthy hobbits are located. And you can see 4 farms start into double barracks, Dunedain gathering, and a Breland encampment. We have a Silvan clearing over here and over here, so heavy on the Silvan spam. And this one should be upgrading to level 2 to get pikes. That's exactly what is happening. It's like watching myself play Woodland Realm. How about that? And no Beorning clearing quite yet. Now, isn't that cool? Look at these little ambient units. I'll try to keep the map comments to a minimum. Looks like some goats over here. No creeping as yet. Kind of a slow start for both players. We're only just now getting some Silvan swords coming across the map. And they are not going to have a good time. This will not be good. So as soon as Rivendell sees these units, I assume these are going to turn... Yep. Cavalry trample in 5, 4, 3... 2, 1. Oh, that's painful. Only one survives. 300 money down the drain. Is it 300 with the discount at the moment? Let's see. 270 down the drain. Oof. Might have been 285 when that particular group was purchased. And now we've got counter harass ready to go. That's a waste. Just send them to the base. Send them the other direction. Oh no! Oh, bad trample though. Oh, spears coming in. Good job. They're both level 2 now. That's the right call. Successfully forcing the Dunedain to pivot away to eco-harass. And now would be a good time, I think, once you got all this pike coverage, it would be a good time to get a couple cavalry archers, some horse archers, to help mow down these Dunedain that are just trying to get the free harass in on the farms, because they're going to come back, presumably, and just find an exterior sort of perimeter farm and just hit that, hoping that the pikes will take too long to get back, and they'd be right. So horse archers would be a good choice. I would just skip these entirely, but I'm not a big fan of the hunters until about the time when you can afford Radagast, and then I like to get some Woodmen to mix in there. Radagast is one of my favorite heroes. He does a lot of hero damage, because part of his damage, I think, is magic. So he does pretty well against enemy heroes, even though he's more of a support hero. Woodland Realm getting some creeping in, trying to save up money for Thranduil, maybe, for Legolas. Legolas would help pick off these cavalry pretty well, as would Tariel. And we have some in-units here. The Warriors of Kinlai. They are beautiful models, and they have this cool Art of War ability where they reflect some damage, but failed to use it there. Kind of a waste. How much is that unit? 400 down the drain. Killed by a bunch of elves with daggers and wooden spears, so not the best moment for the Warriors of Kinlai. Those horsemen just got off very lucky. Woodmen coming in. I don't think they'll fare that well against Dunedain, but we will see. They do have the debuff Mark of Brema on there. And that does minus 10, Mark of Brema, excuse me, minus 10% armor for 20 seconds. Now, they already have very little armor, so, you know, it's not that much of a bump. And these guys are what, 400 a pop, 450? 350, sorry, they're 350 a pop. So a little tankier, a little more HP than your typical Silvan archers. So Finrod's thought might be, hey, I'm spending all this money on these Silvan units. I'm going to get Silvan pikes and swords and horse archers, and then I'll get the beefier archers, the woodmen, to help deal with the cavalry trample. Some harass going on here in Woodland Realm's base. They are going to get this farm. And pivoting away from the Dunedain towards the Bounders, plus the in-unit support. The pikes are a bit unnecessary at the moment. There are not that many cavalry units. So, kind of an expensive use of money. We're probably better off getting, you know, a ranger group and also a Reeland Townsguard instead. 625 CP for Woodland Realm, 600 for Rivendell. Some harass going on up here. Looks like the perimeter farms are going down. But Rivendell's doing a good job building in the lanes here. Neither player expanding a whole lot after that initial, after the initial harass came in. And that Greenwood Vineyard going down. No Greenwood Barracks yet, so I'm not sure why the Greenwood Vineyard was picked. Level 2 Lodge. So I'm hoping we will see, yes, we're going to see some Druid of the Oaken Order. Wonderful unit for Woodland Realm. Woodland Realm is very squishy. So you either need to, there are a few ways to deal with that. One is you have a bunch of access to debuffs, like the tier 1 tree spell on the right side of the spellbook. Decreases enemy armor and damage, I believe. I think it's a 15% reduction. So there's debuffs in the spellbook you can drop. There's also some buffs you can give, like the Galleon's level 3 ability, where he increases the damage output of units. So those are ways of increasing damage. And I wonder if they'll be able to stealth in here, and you probably should pop that ability also if the Dunedain try to come in for a trample. But not successfully getting away here. However, Rivendell has done a good job encircling, basically, Zeus into his base. So Rivendell kind of on the back foot as far as map control goes. Army capped already, 588 out of 525 CP. So Rivendell has got to put a stop to this harass here from Woodland Realm, or they're going to be in trouble very soon. Gildor is on the field, so is Halbarad. Leaning into that early game, mid game unit strategy. No dormitory quite yet, but getting the Dunedain heroes and units suggests we're going to see maybe Strider and Lay of Luthien for Grey Company. And not a lot of cavalry from Woodland Realm either. In fact, I think they have no cavalry on the field. So, pretty safe, actually, to go with Dunedain at the moment. They'll punch above their weight, and they have range, I believe, on the Silvan Archers. They will trade pretty favorably with them. So, this is not going to be good for Woodland Realm. Speaking of buffs from the spellbook, Woodland Beast comes in, healing 25% damage and armor. So, until you get Thranduil, you really need this. You need your Druid of the Oaken Order. The Druid does a... Let me find that Druid. Where did it go? It's a sea of brown and green shirts. Hobbits getting mixed in there. Kind of a lot of attempts at trampling here, and then the units keep on getting repositioned and not attacking. But it looks like this engagement is going Rivendell's way. That cavalry trample came in handy. Radagast is on the field. Excellent, excellent. A very, I think, base choice, as the kids would say. Tario and Farron. Farron has a summon available. Could punish these Outriders. I believe it's Pikes at level 3, so... no, it's at level 5 that he gets the Pikes. So, should probably Either use it to help reinforce this group or just hold on to it until he hits level 5. But hero spam coming in strong for Woodland Realm. Now, for the price of Farron and Radagast, could have gotten Breath of Manway coming in. Oof. That was painful. Oof, and ran right into it. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Stun coming in for Radagast. Such a good ability. But Halbrad leveling up on these free kills over here. Needs to teleport. Well, it's almost expired, so... quite the trade going on here. 10 points in the book for Woodland Realm, but all their heroes escaped from that conflict. Horse archers now coming in strong for Woodland Realm. Let's go back to that druid. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, get over here. So, the Dark Premonitions decreases their damage by 15%. And then, of course, you can buy for 200 this little... spell, Warding Stones for 33% armor. I always get the Ritual of Oak, but even having this ability just to help prevent your squishy Woodland Realm units, especially your Silvan spam units, from dying, super useful. Underutilized unit for Woodland Realm, in my opinion. They're highly vulnerable. You have to keep them with your army, but just keeping them kind of in the back line to debuff enemy units, definitely a wonderful thing. Everything on auto-cast. Felagund not wanting any ability to be available. And I don't really understand this forward well strategy from Zeus, because you've already got one in your base, so it's kind of an expensive purchase. 1,000 CP for Woodland Realm. Rivendell firmly behind with 650, but a battering ram coming in. 2 battering rams for Rivendell. 3 battering rams. That's a lot of money. About to, I assume, go down the drain. They'll probably get this farm, but... Ooh, and the trample coming in hot for these Dunedain here. But the pike protection from Zeus is on point. Those Townsguard are not letting the archers get in. But they did get they did mow down these hobbits in the front line. Not a huge loss. They're kind of cannon fodder. Now, if you really wanted to get these pikes hit, you could use Gildor's Summon to drop some pike unit. 2 wells? It's not like they heal twice as fast. Oof. Hail of arrows from Silvan, from Woodland Realm. Wow. Just deleting that whole army. I'm going to assume that Rivendell has basically nothing now, other than what just got recruited in their base. And ouch. So now's a great time for Woodland Realm to make a push. That is not going to be... Oh, no! Is he going to snipe the level 3 Lodge? Oh, that would be brutal. Okay, does not get it. Probably could get it if he sent it in a kind of sneaky path along the side here, but... a lot of Greenwood Vineyards, but I'm not seeing a Greenwood Barracks quite yet. So Woodland Realm not really teching up, although they probably could. I'm assuming they've spent their money on Thranduil at this point. Hero Squad coming in strong. So Radagast synergizes very well with Woodland.
The legacy of Baal.
With Woodmen, because he gives them an experience boost, and also he gives the Woodmen in particular the damage and armor. So that's why I tend to hold on to the Woodmen spam, because they're a little more expensive, until I get Radagast on the field. Or at least he's being recruited and is on the way. Another buff for armor and damage coming in, plus terrain healing for Woodland Realm. Druid of the Oaken Order still doing that debuff in the back. See, just that nice 15% debuff every time. The stun coming in for Radagast. That clump is being punished hard. Such a good ability. Stuns for 5 seconds. Damage over time from the Iwindale ability. This is not going Rivendell's way. The Beornings are now on the field. Beorning Berserkers level 2. Farming these Dunedain. Game over. Wow. Pretty decisive victory there from Felagund. Well done, and congrats on placing in the league. So thanks for sending that replay, and hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.